There is an exercise in Cutting the Ties That Bind book by Phyllis Crystal, part of the Phyllis Crystal method. And that is, before you consider cutting the ties with your parents, do this exercise. And this exercise can be done by anyone, whether they want to follow the method or not. Take a piece of paper and write mother on one side, father on one side, and write one half the paper positive, other half the paper negative. Start writing the positive traits and the negative traits of your parents. The purpose of this exercise is not to judge them or to make them feel bad or make you feel guilty. It is really about self-awareness. Once you have finished writing whatever you can remember about your parents, both their positive and negative attributes or qualities, then you circle those that you think are in you. Okay? Whether it is related to money, relationship, work ethics, organization skills, understanding subjects, so-called mental, emotional, physical skills, how quickly they were able to re-spring back to life after adversities, how did they face adversities, how do they deal with problems, and so forth. Now, of those that are in you, in one way or the other, did you copy them or did you rebel them? This exercise can also be reversed in the way that after you've finished writing their negative and positive attribute, and this may be a little bit better or easier, on each of those attributes or qualities, did you copy those or did you rebel those? Example, your mother might be very stingy or careful with money, and your father might be very careless or carefree or spending a lot of money. We're not judging which one is better, which one is worse. It's just a matter of observation. Because in each household, the situation could be different. Maybe there was enough wealth, maybe there was not enough wealth, and there are all kinds of reasons. And what was the family background of both your parents, and what were the current financial situation in the world at that time, in the society, in the household, and so forth. Of those qualities that are in you, whether you copy them, that you rebel them, focus only on those that are bothersome or troublesome in you. That becomes a very fertile ground that gives you a very quick self-awareness about yourself. That why I do certain things the way I do. And the idea is not to start thinking bad about your parents because they did what they could do or they wanted to do or they chose to do given what they knew and what was available to them in those times and the circumstances that existed at that time and their inner weaknesses and strengths and their personality traits and their own fears and traumas and the patterns which they inculcated or got from their growing up and how they were brought up by their parents and the grandparents. It's a very complex subject because it is not any singular wave. It is the waves after waves after waves. If you look at the ocean or a river, you will see the wave is not a very smooth wave like a sine wave. It is not a theoretical wave. Each wave is made up of small ripples, and basically it's the small ripples that when they join together in a certain upward motion, they will all go up. And when they all small waves, they join forces or strength to go in the downward, they will go downward. It's pretty much that. It's the small waves that make big waves. And then Each wave, when they crash into the other, they make other waves or other smaller waves or other bigger waves, or they cancel out the waves and there's a flattening of waves. Likewise, in our life, what we have currently, it's a complex accumulation or current account of all the debits and credits, all the positives and the negatives, all the actions and the reactions and resounds, and how we take certain thing and how we react on certain things. There's a part two to this story. We learn by example. Monkey see, monkey do. We learn from our environment either by copying the environment or going against the environment. Even when we hate something, we end up copying it in a certain way. Even when we rebel the environment or what is done to us, we copy it in some way. Of course, when we copy something, we're obviously copying it. We do unto others what has been done to us, or we react by creating our own idea of what should be done given a situation, that I will not do what was done by my mother or by my father. So either way, you're guided by that original thought, by that trauma, so to speak. Imagine your mother was not treated well by your father. Imagine your sister was not treated well by her husband. And then you decide, okay, I will make sure that I treat my wife well, or I don't treat my wife as my mother or my sister was treated. What is the problem with this? What's wrong with this? It's perfectly okay. It's like learning from the environment and doing the dharmic thing. The problem with this story is that we're superimposing a rule which doesn't apply to you, because if I am not like my father, if I'm not like my sister's husband, then why am I putting handcuffs on myself? Why am I restricting myself to something when it doesn't apply to me? Why would I say that I will not do something when I would not have done that in any case, because I am not that person. And then I'm giving my spouse a get out of jail for free card, which is like totally unnecessary. And I'm spoiling or ruining uh, that person and putting that person on my head, and that person will just be like a spoiled kid, you know? If it doesn't apply to me, then why am I imposing that rule on myself? And then there's something else. Whatever is done to you, if you don't resolve it, if you have not gone through the trauma, you will end up perpetrating the same or similar way, whatever hurt was done to you subconsciously. To other people. Okay, to whom? Wherever you're able to. Okay, usually wherever you're able to means it can be loved ones, or it can be random people where you feel, hey, I can get out of this situation scot-free, or I will not be caught, or I will not be, no one will know that I did that, something like that. So each person is going to be different in terms of who, with whom, and how they do it. But we do unto others what has been done to us that we have not resolved within ourselves, that we have not digested, that we have not overcome, that we have not learned, that we have not forgiven, that we have not forgotten, all that stuff. Put the two together, so we all wear some sort of glasses, like colored glasses. We see through certain lens. I have seen some people just see everything through the lens of money, that they see life through as if they're wearing the glasses with the dollar signs on. Some see everything through fear. They're wearing the glasses of fear. Some are wearing the glasses of bechari, that I am a poor me, pity me. Some are wearing the glasses of, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm unsuccessful, lack of self-confidence, or lack of something, lack of money, lack of health, something. You're seeing the world through the eyes or through the glasses which are colored. We're not seeing the world or life experience as it is unfolding in front of us, but through a certain bias. And that bias can be that I am too good, I am a superior person, I'm a superior race. Um, what one could see it from the eyes of superiority complex or an inferiority complex or through a lack or through abundance. I feel that none is necessary, that it is best to become completely comfortable with yourself and life experience as is. And it becomes easier to do that when you're being an observer of life instead of being an actor of life. So obviously, it means that I'm not the doer. And which one comes first? I think it's up to you. One will lead to the other. Being an observer can lead to I'm not the doer, or you can step into that experience or feeling that I'm not the doer. And that can give you a perspective of life. And that can lead to or caused by see things as they are, open up your eyes. And why don't we want to see things as they are? Because sometimes when our expectations are not met, we feel sad, we feel angry, we feel unhappy, we are disillusioned, we have fear. So, to avoid that negative experience, because we don't want to feel a certain way, we put some colored eyeglasses to either justify my sadness, my anger, my fear, or negative emotion, or I'm not good enough, or to camouflage it with a certain perspective, okay? That will color the experience into something that is likable by me. Whereas the best possible experience overall always is see things as they are. Because the sooner I see the things as they are, the sooner I come to realization, the sooner I take a corrective action or make the right action. That's really dharma. Dharma is the right action or the action related to as I see things the way they are, equal to the things the way they are. In other words, I'm not modifying my experience through some bias when it is unbiased, or when I'm not attached to my attachments or attached to my biases, when I'm able to see things, that's the truth. See things truthfully, not factually, but truthfully. And truthfully, you see through the things. And it's very beautiful. Even the ugly things or undesirable outcomes look beautiful because you're able to see the truth versus wanting to see things the way you would like them to be. And it takes too much energy to try to force things or to control things. or to manage the outcome in other people and yourself. It is because it is exhausting, and after you're done, you and you give up or let go, things go back to the way they really are, because everybody um, is doing what they want to do. Even if it is negative or bad for them, they still want to do what they want to do. And by me telling them not to do, by for me forcing them not to do the things they want to do, or to do the things that I want them to do because this is the way I think is best for them, or best for me, or best for the environment, they may comply with me for a period of time. And when I'm no longer looking, or I'm gone from their life, they'll go back, resort to what they want to do, no matter what it is. It's their choice, and that's their free will. And in some way, that's God's perspective. God has given us freedom to choose whatever we want to choose, or do whatever we want to do, even though it is on our highest good to love, to serve, to be compassionate, to be happy, to be nice. These are very, very easy ways of having life experiences, and somehow we complicate or overcomplicate because we're wearing some colored glasses. All I have to do is just remove those biases, the colored glasses, see things as they are. Life is beautiful. And I love me. I love you. You love me. I love God. God loves me. I love everyone. Everyone loves me.